All in favor? That's carried. Item number 13, communicating in languages other than English. Councilor Harris.
I'll move the report, and I found it extremely fascinating to go through this because it pretty much tells me what we found out federally. People don't need things in a bunch of languages. They like to know that we're sensitive to language difficulties and have translators available when necessary, but writing things in a million different languages like Toronto does is really not important to most families. They always have somebody in the family that can translate for them. So I find it's a good use of our money to not do that and keep it for when it's absolutely necessary. The other thing I noticed when I was reading through it is at some point back in the history of Mississauga, there was a multicultural committee, a standing committee on multiculturalism or community representation or whatever. And we've just gotten the Environment Committee up and running, and I'm sure one committee every 2 years is probably more than enough to start up. But I'd like to see in a year or two our starting up some committee that looks at the sensitivities of Muslims in swimming pool situations and things that you've addressed in this quite nicely. But I think sometimes if we had a committee established, people would buy into it and feel that the community was responding, or the city was responding well. I also like to compliment Commissioner Mitchell. I got a response back already on the Ribfest that they're going to be putting halal meats in. Their spelling of halal showed they don't really know what that means, but I think it was very quick action and obviously good, well coordinated by you. Thank you very much. But just like to think maybe a year or two from now we might look into doing something like a standing committee on multiculturalism. Thank you.
Thanks, Councilor. Madam Mayor.
Yes, we did have multicultural. I am a great promoter of integration. I would hope that instead of calling it multiculturalism, there's a big issue on multiculturalism across the country right now. And I'm not sure, there was an article in the paper, I think just last week, noting the problems with emphasizing multiculturalism. I think what we have to do in this great country of Canada is integration. And it could be called by any other name if there is a committee set up. I would hope it's not called a multicultural committee. I like the idea of Karasaga that doesn't mention multiculturalism at all. Just says we're here, people from all countries all around the world, and we're a part of the city of Mississauga, the community. I think separation has cost this country a lot of money, and when a lot more money should have been spent on integration of people into our, and I believe people who come to this country, that 99% of them want to integrate into the customs and retain their own privately, etc., but they want to become very much a part of the community. I'm a great believer, and I preach it all the time, integration. Integrate into our society, because if you want harmony and you want to eliminate racism, integration is the issue, and not multiculturalism. So I'm a strong believer in integration. So if council has any consideration of setting up a committee, I question the need of it. Going to set up a committee, I hope you don't call it a multicultural committee. Call it something that emphasizes this great country of Canada and the opportunities that exist in it. I have a multicultural breakfast. I didn't have one this past spring. I have a multicultural breakfast. I didn't have one this past spring, which we bring together all the groups in Mississauga and bring them up to date on what's happening in the city and ask further input as to what we can do to help them to integrate more into encouraging them to join the police services and the fire department. And so that is the type of thing that I think we should spend our time on, is trying to get them to integrate. Not very many people of ethnic background join the fire department. And I think we have to encourage that. They have a contribution. The police department has been more successful in attracting people to the police force. And great asset to the community to have them feel much that they must be a part of all our community organization. And so in the city as well, we have attempted on my mayor's gala, etc., to get people of other backgrounds to become a part. I think we should concentrate a lot of our time and effort on integration. I think it'd be good, it brings peace and harmony to a municipality or to a community.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Councilor.
Yes, I don't disagree with you, Madam Mayor. I think we're on the same track. Perhaps a name like community relations would be better, and it could involve seniors and people from all walks of life, but I don't disagree with you.
Any further comments on that person? Okay, you would be Councilor. All those in favor? That's carried. Thanks very much. The Advisory Committee reports. Cycling Committee, May 15th.